Hi, I'm Patrick. Come along with me and my beautiful wife Jennifer on Patrick's Adventures. So we're back on the boat. Did a little bit after the camera died on us, but the galley's completely removed. We're down 2 hull. Cut out some of the sole that was completely delaminated and cracked. We still got a little bit of delamination right in here. We're gonna have to cut out and then fix up. Started on the Quarterberth. We've got a little bit of rot right in here that's gonna have to be all cut out. All of this right along here was delaminated from the hull, so I've cut all that out. Lots of cleaning to do. Still more stuff to pull out, so lots of demolishing. Alright guys, so y'all get to see my butt a lot right then. Oh, and there's nails all in here. Wow, there's some stuff in here that kind of scares me. Alright, so we are in the Quarterberth with the top of it cut out. As you can see, we can go over into one of the small cockpit lockers. It has a kind of an odd opening, but whatever. But we see this little knee right here. I think it's, yeah, it's delaminated, so we're gonna have to refiberglass that. Now I'm rebuilding the Quarterberth, and I'm actually rebuilding it differently than the way it originally was to give me a little bit more storage area, because that's where I'm going to put my lithium battery bank, is underneath the Quarterberth. So that's what we're working on now. I've already dry fit all the pieces. They're all just kind of right here, just piled up in a pile. Fixing to mix up some thickened epoxy and glue them and screw/bolt them together so that they never come apart again. And then it should slide right into the boat. And we're gonna hope, because it's all gonna be epoxy together at that point. So anyway, enjoy this little time lapse of me countersinking and counterboring and getting glue mixed up and all that other good stuff. So, laters. All right, so kind of my first time doing any kind of epoxy work of any, you know. Anyway, never done thickened epoxy. This is my first time. So yeah, we're gonna start mixing it up and see what happens. Using Total Boat, and then I've got this silica thickener that I got off of Amazon called System 3. Like I said, I've never done this before. I don't know if I'm screwing up by not buying the expensive West System stuff. I wanted to try this out as a experiment. If this works really well, then that's great, and I will continue using it because it's pretty dang cheap. If it doesn't seem to harden very good, then I might start using something else. No idea how much I should mix up for this little application, so hopefully I don't mix up too much, or more likely I hope I don't mix up not enough. So anyway, we're supposed to prime these pumps. All right, so epoxy first. It's already kind of thick because it's cold. This stuff's a little chunky. I'm basing my thickness off the Cell Life guys' videos, so I'm just eyeballing it to match what he does. Hopefully my stuff will be almost as spiffy. All right, so there we have it. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, I've never dealt with this kind of stuff before. Just watched a bunch of YouTube videos, but apparently you can do anything from a YouTube video. So, kind of to explain how this is going to work, let's put my hand in epoxy. So this is going to be against the starboard side of the boat. So we're looking aft right now. And basically, the old Quarterberth, for lack of a better term, just kind of hung from the side of the engine compartment. And then it was the bottom, this area right in here was just open to the engine compartment. So what I've done is this piece, the existing wall is going to come down and sit right here. I'm sorry, right here on top of this. And then this ledge, the new piece of plywood, is what's the top of the Quarterberth is going to sit on. And so this will go under the very foot of the Quarterberth. Was still like hardcore epoxy to the hull, so I just cut it across. This slides underneath that, so there's a little bit of support there. And then this is going to go here. And then there will be more that comes out this way, but the companionway stairs are going to attach like right here. So yeah, you guys will see that probably tomorrow, because I've already sanded everything where this is going to epoxy to the hull. The only thing is I've got to get some longer bolts, because basically the way it works, where's the other piece? There you go. Is so this piece right here, so the existing engine compartment wall is right here where it is now. And what we're going to do is this piece is going to go like so. It'll be thickened epoxy to this. And then this hole and this hole right here will through bolt through this, and this. And then this will also through bolt in 3 places to the existing engine compartment wall, and then also be epoxied as well. In order to get that epoxy, and I've still got to sand that area. But yeah, so this should be going in, like I said, tomorrow, and we'll film that, and then hopefully one of these days I'll actually get around to editing a video and putting it up on YouTube. So anyway, see y'all later. I'm going to call it a night. All right, I know I said I was going to call it a night, but looked at my little thing. I had a little bit of thickened epoxy left over, so I basically took it and put it on a couple of piece scraps of plywood and set this battery on top. It's battery from my other boat. So yeah, we're going to see how strong that is. I'm going to let it cure overnight, and then tomorrow I'm going to see if I can pull it apart. So anyway, yeah, so now I'm going to call it a night. So catch you next time.
The next day.
So hey guys, last time we were here, we finished this guy right here, and was going to put it in the boat the next day, but it rained a lot, so didn't. So it's the next day. So 2 days since we did it, and here is the piece that I glued together just to do as a strength test. And so now going to take the hammer and the big chisel, and we're going to separate it and see how well this works, because it's not coming apart by itself. So I'm going to set you guys right up her. Well, it started to. And exactly what I thought was going to happen, it just ripped off a layer of plywood. And this is the older piece of plywood, which makes sense. This is brand new. This is probably original to the boat. Piece of scrap that we cut out. And so, yeah, epoxy's super strong. So now we're going to run up to the boat, dry fit this one last time, make sure all of our holes are good, everything's lined up, and then we'll real quick mix up some thickened epoxy and get everything glued in. So let's go. I really want to get it back together so I have stairs again. So we're going into this spot right here. Probably gonna pull that electrical out, but and that's how she fits, just like that. So we got to do some sanding on the inside of this. because we're gonna glue the other board as well as screw. So yeah, we're getting there. Ooh, that's a dirty lens. There's sawdust everywhere. All right, so everything is dry fit in place. Got my screws ready to go. These screws are already put in place. Everything's bolted on the, well, it's not nutted yet, but basically got a little bit of gaps because, well, I'm not the greatest carpenter, but nothing that a little bit of epoxy won't fill. So yeah, now it is time to mix up some thickened epoxy. Well, pull all this out now that I know everything fits. Mix up some thickened epoxy. I'm going to clean this a little bit and then maybe do a little bit more sanding. And then we're going to glue this thing and bolt it in place. Because once that's done, then we can attach, we'll make a template for this all here. Get it all cleaned up and ready to glue back in because that was all rotted out. And that's going to be some fun things to make, without a doubt. But once that's all in, that's got to go in so that I can attach the piece that holds this end of the cabin sole so that I can put the cabin sole back together, get all of that stuff fixed. And once that's all fixed, then we'll have a solid foundation on which to rebuild the interior. And I can stop falling into holes. So, here we go. Ah! Sorry guys, didn't mean to drop you. All right, so it's all epoxied and screwed in. I need to let's see if I have any craft sticks, popsicle sticks. So I'm gonna mix up a little bit more thickened. I'm gonna put me a nice fillet on there. I'm gonna get me some glass, and I'm gonna tap this into the hull, which will be my first time doing that too. So wish me luck.